Welcome to Bridget's Cannabis Corner. I'm your host, Bridget Ward. This is our cook today, my dear friend and Canna sister, Al. She's going to show us how to make some Canna Caramels today. First time really going live on YouTube, so bear with us. Thanks for being on the show with me
You're
today,
welcome.
Al. I really
I'm
appreciate
excited
it.
about it.
I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. I'll let Al tell us what we have here. I'll trade you spies.
We start off with the canna spit butter and we're going to melt it down. And I use this range because it is really helpful and it's precision heat. So if it gets too hot or anything, you can shut it down really fast.
Okay. I like that little, that's an induction cooker? Okay, so you guys need one of these induction cookers.
If you are into the candies and stuff like that, you'll enjoy it a lot better because you have such better control over heats and stuff.
Nice.
I like fudge and a lot of different stuff.
Nice. See, if I went to make candies, I'm sure I would burn everything.
Well, yeah, when you do a lot of things with the open range fire gas heat and stuff, you have to worry about the fumes and different things like that. So I just have, it's more safe.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna just melt this down.
And it's already melting really fast, you guys. She just turned it on, so it's already.
It goes really quick. So once we get that done, we're gonna add the ingredients
And there's not much smell. There's not a whole lot of smell. So I'm thinking if you live in an apartment or somewhere where you're living close quarters to people, that you don't want them to smell that you're cooking with cannabis. I mean, that's amazing.
it's a really nice butter we put together.
And that also helps. If you have quality butter, if you have quality oil that you're making whatever goodies you're making, that's the key to all this. And of course the cook. If it was me cooking, everything would be burnt.
I've been cooking a long time.
Yep, Al is a very good cook. She's one of my co-workers as well. So I get to sit and watch her do her work on the video cameras all day, and I just love watching her because she's so gentle with the weed, the buds, the cannabis, and you can see she just puts a whole bunch of love into those, which always helps with healing people.
It really does. It does. And it's, it's a pleasure that when you do stuff like this and you're doing it to help people, how much they just like, oh my God, you just saved my life, or and stuff like that. It's like, I love to do that because it helps. It's so beneficial to people. And for them to make it so easy with a natural ingredient, not putting chemicals in their body and stuff like that. And I just love that feeling.
Yeah, and a lot of people love, like I was saying, people are very grateful for being allowed to have a better alternative to a lot of brutal Western medical treatments.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah,
Isn't that the truth?
Absolutely. So for people like Al and I, we're all about the love. We want to put the love into the medicine. It helps with the healing, and like Al was saying,
and everything. I mean, it's really a joy to see how much you can improve somebody's life.
Absolutely, and that's the greatest feeling in the whole world. It's better than getting that big, huge paycheck or paying your house off. To me, just helping people, the feeling that you get from people saying, thank you so much, you don't even know how much this helps me.
Yeah, exactly.
So since this is our first video, I can't see any of the comments. I'm kind of text-hearted, so I'm going to give a shout out to all you guys. Make sure you put in the comments where you're from and what you might be snacking on today.
Oh, and ideas for the future?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's something that you guys want to watch Al make, she's agreed to do more shows with me. So if you have any ideas, put them in the comments. We'll check them.
Absolutely.
Yep. Your goodies might be chosen as a show idea.
I'm a scratch baker, and I've been in the kitchen my whole life, so I'm not afraid. You can just put the dish it, and I'll see if I can make it.
Oh, she can make it. She made us some fish and this salad one day just out in our parking lot. It was literally the best meal I have ever eaten in my entire life.
Oh.
Yes,
You
it
said
was
that
so
with
good.
me
Oh
times,
my
and it's like,
gosh.
oh my god, I didn't even really cook.
Oh gosh,
I just-
if that wasn't you cooking,
No.
then I am. I'm moving in with you.
Oh man. So it starts melting and becomes like this nice creamy color here. We're gonna want it to go into a boil. And we're actually gonna put a thermometer in it because it is a candy. And I find when I cook with marijuana butter, you wanna drop about 10 degrees. Like, this is like supposed to be in the soft boil stage, which is about 240 degrees. But I'm gonna just go to the 230 and take it off of that. So it's still chewy and really creamy and can, you know, melt in your mouth. And I like cast iron when I do a lot of my candies and stuff because it holds its heat well as a very even heat source. So it disperses and it just gives up, you have, I think, better quality with old-fashioned cookware.
Yeah, I was wondering, I was gonna ask about the pan, and I noticed that when you cooked us lunch that day too, you used a cast iron, so.
No,
I think thanks to you, I'm gonna end up going to buy a bunch of cast iron pans, maybe I can cook too.
well, you know, even if they say like for women and everything, if you're anemic, cooking on one of these helps bring the iron back into your blood.
Oh.
So I did it.
Hey guys, we had a connection issue. Hi, okay, back on.
We did tell you to be patient with us.
Yes, we're cooking, she's a cook, I'm a talker, not a techer. So as I was saying, it's now starting to boil a little bit, and she's stirring. She hasn't stopped stirring. I'm guessing so that it doesn't burn to the pan.
It can, you know, I probably stir it a little more than what's needed. I just do a constant stir on it. I'm just trying to move it so it doesn't stick on the bottom. And a lot of times that's where it will, you know, get a hard piece through your candy and everything. So you just want to keep it consistently moving and soft. And it's starting to bubble pretty good, so I'm gonna see what temperature we're at here.
Now, is that a candy thermometer? What kind of thermometer are you using?
This is a, candy thermometer.
Okay.
And it has a spatula that can go on the end too, so you can stir with it and keep it more constant.
Oh,
Check on it.
okay.
And I want 230.
And you guys, I want to say again, I cannot, now maybe it's because I'm around cannabis all the time, but I literally cannot smell the cannabis coming out of here.
It's a, you know, a really light flavor and stuff. Even when you get it all made, it's all done and everything, it's like, it's not very strong, especially if you're not really liking the flavor of cannabis.
Uh-huh.
Some people find it strong or a skunky kind of musky flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but you know, like I said, quality, when you're making your butter in your bud, what you're doing it with, whether it's trim or everything like that, quality, make sure it's clean, no, you know, dead anything in there before you throw it in with your butter. It really helps with the flavor and keeping control.
Okay, so do you make your canna butter out of buds or trim?
I do trim.
Okay,
I do trim.
okay.
So, and it takes me probably about 8 to 12 hours to do a batch of butter because I just take my time, let it slowly go and everything, so I don't rush it.
And does that help take some of that skunky taste out of it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay.
You know, anything you spend your time with and try to do a quality product, you know, every little thing counts, you know.
Yeah.
So
a couple things, guys. Quality bud. Like we have at Starbuds in Montana. Thank you, Glenn and Jill, for your life-saving medicine. Quality bud, the love that goes into it, take your time, let it simmer. Just let it do its thing and give it some love.
We're getting pretty close here.
Oh, now the smell's starting to come out. I can kind of smell it. Yep.
All right. Beautiful, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm a better assistant than cook.
So this is where you can add flavor. So I'm going to remove it here. And I just brought vanilla today, and we did a couple of practice runs and stuff at the house. And I did a raspberry and a cherry and stuff like that. So this would be the time that you would add your flavors.
Okay.
This one here is vanilla.
Okay.
So I'm just going to mix it really good in here. And then I'll put it on the stove one more time just to bring it back to the bubble stage. And we'll set it and pour it.
I love how you're so organized. You've got everything laid out perfectly. It's like you've done 100,000 shows.
Well, no, I haven't. So, yeah, but, you know, we'll get it down.
Yeah. And you can really smell the vanilla now, too.
Yeah.
It's really delicious. Thank you, Glenn and Jill, by the way, for letting us borrow your kitchen. So by the time our bosses get home from work, their house is going to smell delicious.
We may have to leave them a treat.
Yeah, we're going to definitely have to leave them some treats.
So this just to make sure that vanilla dispenses through the sugar and everything like that really nice.
Okay.
So then I'm just going to take it off again. We'll let it cool for a second. So these here are silicone molds, and they are wonderful to make candy. And when we pour it, we'll get it settled, we'll put it in the freezer to help it fasten the set time and everything like that. And they just pop out, they just flow out of these really nice and wash good, have a great lifetime on them.
And where do you get these?
These ones I ordered online.
Okay.
But there's a couple places in town that you can get them. Michael's has a few, and so does the Cheshire Trust.
Okay.
And the silicone, if you haven't used it, it just cuts so much work down. And the plastic ones will get brittle on you. So these really help.
And I noticed, have you sprayed this with some?
This has a little bit of like a canola baking oil. And just out of a can, just aerosol. Just spray it down
Okay.
lightly, and it just helps a lot.
It smells delicious, and I can smell a little bit of the cannabis, but more so I can smell the vanilla. It smells delicious. I just want
She's pretty hot.
pour it in, pour it in.
So when I get a little lower, you want to scrape some caramel in?
Yes.
Perfect.
You just tell me when. How about right around now? Okay. Maybe one more, do you think?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then we'll just even them out. There's like, you know, some, get it all in the molds.
And they're already turning into caramels. It's already hardening.
It's a pretty fast recipe.
Yeah, amazing. And are you willing to share your recipe?
Whoa, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, I have a lot of people wanting the recipes.
You know what? I think they should go online and we'll write the recipe out and they can pick it up on your corner.
Perfect. Sounds good. So stay tuned, you guys. If you want this recipe, we will give it out.
That's pretty gosh darn close.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nice and clean.
Excuse me. So we'll just tap her down. Set them on this tray and we'll put them in the freezer.
And she just took one of the shelves out to put those on. So that's really good thinking.
Save time.
Save time.
You bet.
So while we're waiting for our caramels to harden, why don't we talk about the people that would most benefit from edibles? So I have a lot of elderly that like their edibles. They don't like to smoke cannabis, so they prefer to eat it. And with the edibles, you don't have to eat the whole candy or the whole cookie.
Right,
you can eat a little bit, wait an hour, hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, and then eat some more if you're not at your homeostasis. That one's for you, Big Daddy.
And if the stomach is empty or if you've eaten and there's food on it and everything like that, because faster digest and get into your bloodstream and stuff, it work faster.
Okay.
So, remember that when you're, it didn't get, like, well, wait a minute, you just ate.
Yeah, that's fine. And Al and I were talking earlier, I'm one of those people that I've never really gotten a high from eating edibles. I can eat an entire bag of gummies, I can eat brownies galore, and I just don't get high from the edibles. So I was asking Al about that, and she had some really good advice about that for those of us that don't really get high when we eat edibles.
Don't give up.
Don't give up, she says.
Practice, practice, practice. But I find that somebody that has a hard time, if they hit it once with like an overdose, like do a lot. And then when you get off and everything like that, the next time you go to do an edible, one cookie will do you, or and everything. It'll be continuous. You'll always get a high off the edible after that first initial high.
That's awesome, because I've kind of given up on even.
I know, and I said, oh wait a minute, I'll fix that for you.
Fix it for me. So
you just have to overload your system just once, and it's like it finally breaks through or something like that, and then anytime after that, it doesn't take an overdose or anything like that. It just takes a general amount for anybody else.
Okay.
And it's like
and it's a different high than if you're
it's
smoking.
total body high.
Okay.
It's very relaxing, very comfortable. Everything's just kind of just slow down and helps you just feel nice.
For people like me,
if you're in pain where you're all tensed up and
pain,
everything, and where this just does body high, where it just relaxes your muscles and you're not so tense. Hard. Takes away some pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have a couple Canna sisters who have had hysterectomies recently, and they're smokers, so obviously having a fresh surgery, they're not able to smoke cannabis. So this would be a great alternative for you girls from smoking. You can still ingest your cannabis, you can still get that, and that will help you heal quicker too, because when you eat edibles and you get that body high, it's forcing your body to relax.
Yes, it is.
So a lot of us, we have a hard time, we're busybodies, especially I've noticed a lot of chronic pain patients. We like to keep moving. Part of that is the more we move, the less we hurt, and part of that is the less we think about how much we're hurting.
Yeah.
So the body high is totally gonna just force you to relax, and which our bodies heal faster when we're relaxed.
Yes. And my husband has a bad back, and when it goes, it's like you're in a constant movement to find comfort that's never there. I mean, you can never be comfortable, so you know, you're all tensed up all the time and everything like that, so this is really beneficial. Another thing I find that, if you are doing like chemo and you can't eat or anything like that and you have no appetite, edibles I think brings on the munchies more, and you eat more food. And if you know you're losing weight and everything because of something that you have, this is a great way of getting your appetite back so you can eat the food that you need, nourishment.
And Al makes a really good point for chemo patients, people who are going through cancer treatment. They lose their appetites. It's hard to eat. It's hard to force yourself to eat. So if you can get some edibles in, that's going to help create your appetite. It's going to allow you to put that food and that nutrition in your body that you need.
You need the fuel to heal.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know,
and a lot of my cancer patients, they don't like to smoke. And so this is a great alternative for them.
I have a few patients that are like elderly, like you said, where there's no way they would ever like light anything up. It's just, you know, it wasn't bred in them and stuff like that. But when I got them into, you know, eating a piece of candy or having a cookie or something like that, I mean, they were so adaptable, they thought so comfortable about doing something like that over smoking something, and it has been so beneficial to so many people I know. It just makes you feel good.
Yeah, it does. It's so great to be able to help people, and especially people who are sick and going through stuff like that. Just having a medical diagnosis like that is enough to rock your world, let alone to try and figure out your treatment and how to make you feel better. Cannabis can not only kill cancer, but it can help give you a better quality of life. And for our elderly, they're in the reefer madness era. The stigma sticks mostly with them. So they are afraid to smoke. They're afraid to use cannabis. And we want to help break that. We want to make it okay for them to eat cannabis, to smoke cannabis, to take cannabis as part of their daily regimen if needed.
They need to understand that it's like this is beneficial, and don't be afraid, and you know, and it's like, right. I'm gonna melt some chocolate down so we can get some decorations going.
All right. Another thing I wanted to say is for kids, I have a handful of kids who need cannabis. They have brain tumors, they have skin conditions. So for kids, it's going to be nice to give them a little bit of an edible versus having them smoke. I never suggest my kids smoke or vape. I don't suggest people under 25 use cannabis unless they have some sort of medical condition, because I just don't like to see the kids putting their lungs in. Your brain is still developing until you're 25. So for my kids, I like to suggest the THC capsules, CBD oil, or any way they can ingest it. Another great thing about edibles is if you have some esophageal problem or a stomach problem, you have Crohn's, the best cannabis, the best way for your body to absorb it is to get it to the part of your body that needs it the most, the first. That's why my daughter takes the Rick Simpson oil orally, and she lets it soak in her mouth because she has a brain tumor, and so that gets quickest to the brain tumor. It goes through the palate of the mouth and gets into that brain tumor. I have a lot of people who have stomach cancers. Crohn's is a huge one. People who have Crohn's, eating edibles is gonna just get there in your belly and get working and just kind of get through your body, but that's where it's gonna hit the most, is in your belly, in your esophagus. So I always suggest people taking cannabis according to their medical conditions. If you have lung problems, I'm gonna suggest you're probably gonna want to vape, or you're gonna want to smoke flower, because you're gonna inhale that. You've got lung cancer. It's gonna get into those lungs. It's gonna attack those non-healthy cells and cause that apoptosis, which is gonna kill those cancer cells. Cannabis only goes after healthy cells, which is another huge plus for cannabis. We both use cannabis, And as you can see, we are productive members of society. We raise kids, we work, we pay our taxes, we cook, we clean. So this is, I want you guys to see that this is what cannabis does for people. For me, I have a broken back, I have anxiety, so I use smoked cannabis for chronic pain. I have muscle spasms all over, so I want to break that, we want to break that stigma that cannabis is a bad thing, that only losers or bad people use cannabis. That is not the truth, that's the furthest thing from the truth. As a matter of fact, since I've been in involved with the cannabis community, I have come into contact with some of the biggest hearted people that I've ever met. So I guess this is my thing, this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm so lucky to get to work with people like Al, I get to work for people like Glenn and Jill, I get to work with Darren, I get to work with my daughter Winnie. Our trimmers are absolutely amazing. We have cameras all over in the dispensary, and so when I'm working, I like to just sit and I'll even zoom in sometimes on the trimmers or when they're just out there watering the plants, because it is so amazing just to watch these people work with this wonderful plant, and you can feel the love that goes into it. Even when they're just trimming, you can just feel the love. And I just sit there all day, especially with Al. You're one of my favorites to watch. I'll just sit there and watch you trim. I'll zoom in. I'll be like, oh yeah, see, she's so.
I've turned a lot of weed.
She's got a lot of practice.
I've had some practice, yeah. And it's fun. It's a very small group of people and everything, so you get to know everybody so well and everything. Sometimes well, there's no windows or anything like that. We get into the strangest conversations. It's like, oh my God. So it's like, you were talking about that? I said, I know, right? But it's like, we can't people watch, so we have the music going, and it's really, we try to have a lot of fun back here.
I think, and I want to give props again to Jill and Glenn. You guys built a great team. I mean, everybody that we work with, I have no complaints about anyone. I absolutely love everyone. All of these people, including Al, are vital to saving my daughter. And so Al is a huge part of helping to save my daughter. She's the one that helps put the love into the nugs, and a lot of that love, all that love goes into making my daughter's medicine, and my daughter is being healed because of it. So I'm very appreciative to the team that Glenn and Jill put together. You guys did a great job. I just can't say enough about Glenn and Jill. They are our angels. Al is an angel to me. I mean, I'm just, to have a year ago be told that my daughter is given 2 years to live, and within months, because of what you do and what Glenn and Jill have done, my daughter no longer has an expiration date. They were going to force treatment, proton radiotherapy or the gamma knife on us, and the minute they saw that third MRI, they just they were like, okay, whatever treatment, whatever you guys are doing, whatever treatment she's on, keep doing that. And we're upfront and honest. We tell them that she's on cannabis, and that's the only thing she's changed or done. And so, yeah, it's amazing.
Living testimony.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Yeah, very much is.
Yes.
So just starting to get some color so the rest to decorate here.
Oh, we're gonna decorate the caramels, you guys. I'm gonna sneak up to the screen. I think I can see a couple comments here. Oh, no, they disappeared. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bridget's Cannabis Corner. Share this. We want everybody to get this information. We want everybody to know how to make Canna Caramels for their elderly parents, for their sick pets, for their dying children.
Right.
We want to give people a better quality of life, and this can do that. And I'm not going to say in every case it's going to kill your cancer, but it will give you a better quality of life. Our boy Jason Roundy's in the house. There's a lot of background noise. Oh, I know. We've got the fan going a little bit, Jason. That's why. Thanks for checking in, though, Jason. I really appreciate you jumping over here to watch. And I'm this, like I said, this is only the second show I've done live on YouTube, or second time I've been on. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me. You're my guinea pig, so you're gonna have to tell me. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. Tell me what I need to fix in here.
Are you getting notes from people?
Yes, I can see. Cool? Yep. Jason said there's a lot of background noise, and he says, "Oh, okay." I told him. Sharon's in the house. Once you subscribe, you will see a bell beside the subscribe. Perfect. Hi, Barb. Thanks for joining me, honey. So a lot of my cannabis people are going to be in here watching us. We've got Debbie in the house. The video is blurry. Thank you. You're perfect, Bridget. So let's see, what else do we want to talk about? I guess I'll come up here. What else do you guys want us to talk about? Do you guys have any questions for Al? She's been doing this a long time. She's a great cook. She makes her own butters from scratch, her oils from scratch. I love you, Barb. Do you guys have any questions for Al? And we will put this recipe up, so stay tuned. I'll put it in the comments of this video on YouTube, and then I'll post it in all of the groups so that you guys can watch the video, get the ingredients, and do it yourself at home.
All your own flavors.
Yeah, all your own flavors. And like Al was saying, you can change up the flavors. You don't have to just do vanilla. For me, I love vanilla, so I would probably just do vanilla, but she was saying you can do cherry, you can do any of the flavors.
Yep, pretty much. So it's like a almond bark or white chocolate chips. We add a little bit of color in there.
Okay.
And this one over here, that's in the microwave, is like a marijuana chocolate sauce. So we can double down on our caramels, because you know,
we doesn't like a double down, right, guys?
Because we can.
I want to say, give me a bunch of thumbs up or love if you like that, but I'm not sure if you can do that on YouTube.
That's funny.
So yeah, these were just chips, the little white chips. Okay, and those are pastry bags, I'm guessing.
You called it right, pastry bag.
See? Do you need a oven mitt, sister?
All right. She got a little warm.
A little warm. I don't know if there'd be any left in that. If I would have done that. It would have been a crusty top layer.
This one's made out of, there is a marijuana butter and caramel syrup and baking chocolate. Kind of like how you make a hot fudge sauce.
Okay.
Okay.
Hot fudge sauce. Who doesn't love hot fudge?
And then you cook it down in a double boiler until she's all ready and stuff like that. One it's a little more complicated, so I made it ahead of time.
Okay.
Well, let's see how the freezer's doing and our caramels.
Okay. I'll get the door. I'll be Vanna.
There we go.
Some.
I'm going to set this one in here for a few more minutes.
Okay.
So we have a second one there.
I'm gonna run this up to the camera so they can
Okay.
see it really good.
Put some new gloves on. Ooh. So this is where you'll love this silicone.
Okay.
So you'll take it and then it'll pop right out.
Oh, look at this, you guys, they pop right out of this.
They're a little soft still, but I think they'll hold their shape.
Yeah, so definitely get one of these silicone things if you're
It
gonna
makes
do
it
this.
nice. And you know, the plastic ones, after you use them over and over, they get brittle.
Uh-huh.
And they'll just start cracking and breaking on you. So anytime, this silicone's an amazing product.
Wow. It
Isn't
just
that nice?
fall right out of there.
Falls right out.
Yeah.
So then we set them. So this would be the ugliest side up. And because we're decorating them, nobody's gonna see that.
Ooh. Now, if that doesn't say Thanksgiving, I don't know what does. You guys are gonna have to make these for your Thanksgiving feast. So we're gonna have to get the recipe out to you guys long before Thanksgiving. Make sure you mark what ones are adult and which ones are kids. Keep the adult ones up away from the kids.
And this is so we double down. She's still a little warm.
This is just so amazing to me. I just love watching you do this.
I've worked around food for a long time, but when I was in high school, I was working in a candy store. So making candy is just nostalgic.
Yeah.
There we are.
Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful, you guys.
So then you could take them and set them in presentation. Something to that nature.
Oh, they look delicious.
They do look very nice. Double down on your
Double down.
caramels.
Yum. Okay, you guys ready for this? You guys ready? Are you ready?
Now this recipe, and we'll share here, but check out how they're still, you can just pull them apart.
Oh,
They're beautiful.
that is so beautiful. We're gonna have to eat some of these really quick.
You better sample.
All right, so now it is time to sample these. So I'm gonna take one out of here.
Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
Making me nervous.
Oh my God, these are so good.
Now you can taste the marijuana, but it isn't strong or overbearing or anything in it. I mean, it's definitely the flavor is in there, but I mean, it tastes like a caramel.
It does. I've gotten caramels before. We've gotten them from Washington, so we end up paying a lot of money for them. I try to eat one, and they are so strong, they just kind of give me the gack, and
Right.
they're really hard for me to swallow.
These are tasty.
Mmm,
These are really tasty.
they're really tasty.
Just remember when you're working with your marijuana butter to drop the degrees. Don't go to the full soft boil stage.
And how much drop?
I always do about 10.
Okay, so make sure you drop the degrees
Yeah,
when you're working
soft
with
boil.
Canna butter, about 10 degrees.
Man,
This is so good.
you know what's hard about it is they're really good, And it's like one is just not right. You have to control yourself not getting another one.
I know, right? I think we're gonna break my edible virginity tonight.
That'll do it.
And the chocolate on these, I have to say, the chocolate with the caramel. I'm not a big caramel or chocolate fan. Oh my gosh, these are to die for with the chocolate on.
Double down.
Double down.
Because you can.
Because you can.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well,
appreciate you having me.
thank you so much for doing the show with me. I really appreciate it. We're gonna be doing this a lot together, I think.
Right,
Right,
a few
guys?
more times. So, any advice? Any feedback? Any aprons you want me to wear? I love aprons.
All right.
So,
Well, I think
you got a need.
All right. I'm thinking I already have the perfect apron in mind for you.
Oh, perfect.
So, we're gonna make Al a special apron.
Oh my goodness. All right.
All right. Well,
Next episode.
Yeah, next episode. Thank you, Glenn and Jill, for
Yes, thank you.
lending us your kitchen. Ours are a little small to do this in, and there's a really good view here, so you guys can see what we're doing really well. Thank you. Thank you to you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure you stay tuned. This is how we're going to start our nonprofit, is by making money off of YouTube. So the more people we get to subscribe, the more people we get to watch these videos, the better. The more money we have for our nonprofit, and we can help people who are in desperate need, who are sick and dying and need our help.
Absolutely. And tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Tell them about this. We want everybody to access this information. So you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Peace, love, and cannabis.